Hi, my name is Jeremy Billings. I'm a construction and engineering planning manager here at Midco. I guess the big thing with AFL is the customer support and everything that we get from them, from our sales team to our inside plant sales, Beth, Rich on the inside that helps us with our applications, things we're looking at, trying to find new parts, making sure we get the right stuff quoted that we need, which is a big help on that side. And then from the field side with Jeff, Steve Wallace, and a few of the others, we've tons of support on the splicing side. We've done, just to give you an example, 67 fiber trainings with Steve and Jeff across the footprint of Midco. Anytime that we need support, have questions, problems, anything comes up, they're just a phone call away. More than willing to drive out to our locations like we have here in our wonderful yard in Minnesota. We've done South Dakota, North Dakota road trips, been to everywhere there. Steve's willing to jump on a plane and fly everywhere we need. Yeah. Well, I think the SWR has been huge for us. We were cable guys, so we came from the world of 144, was our biggest fiber for a long time. Went into 288 loose tube, the splicing time of that. Now that we've grown and we're building a lot faster, having that ribbon and the splice time has been huge for us. You know, you take a 288 that was taking a day or two to get spliced, especially for the new splicers, to now we have one of our engineers, we had a little issue happen and he was able to do a 288 in 2 hours, which is unheard of in our world from the past. So that splicing time that we've been able to speed up and increase has been huge for us, and our speed to market of getting these ponds and builds activated has been big on the SWR side of it. Also, with the bigger accounts that we have, we've had to pivot and do a few things where we didn't have a building site in one location, so we had to switch and take a 576, which we never thought we would use in this world, but we now have a 576 running from our north building down to a south area that we're building, and we're able to pivot when we couldn't get that building to get everybody online a lot sooner. So that saved about 4 months in our build time by using the 576. On the test equipment side, especially the OTDRs, the FlexiScan has been huge for us because we now have fiber in just about all of our markets. So you start talking to field techs and ask them to try to test the cable, figure out where a fault may be at, find a cut at some point. You can take a FlexiScan and I can literally give it to anybody. Send them out there, they can push 3 buttons, they can find their faults, they can find their endpoints. Anybody can use it. The training is super simple, easy. There's a lot of YouTube videos that gives you a quick, easy setup of it and just the simplicity of the testing. Same with the scopes that we use. It's a one button, tells you pass, fail. Easy for the techs to learn, especially the new techs in fiber. A lot of them were afraid of fiber. You put these tools in their hand, it makes it a lot easier for them. And then the splicers have been rock solid for us. We have hardly any issues with them. Easy to send in. We have tons of support on them. They've been working awesome for us. Restoration has been huge for us. So in a lot of our areas, we used to have to lay fiber on the ground or whatever we have to do. We live in a 4-hour window. So if we have something happen, we strive for 4 hours of getting those customers back online. So with the ribbon splicing, ribbonizing, and some of the ribbon fiber we have, we're able to increase that time. I mean, a lot of our fiber issues we have, we're getting them down to like 3 hours, especially for the big ones, using ribbon and being able to ribbonize it. We have one tech that can ribbonize fiber faster than I think anybody I've ever seen do it. So you put him on one of our outages and it makes everybody a little bit of calm knowing that we're going to have him there and we'll have that fiber back up and going as quick as we can. So we have one project that we have two small towns east of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, called New York Mills and Frazee, where we looked at this network and we had to find a way to build this basically in a summer. We had to put this together as quick as we could, using some materials that we had and then trying to figure out how we could implement an apex case and longer drops to make this build go faster and a lot easier for the techs. So we were able to reach out to Rich from AFL, kind of come up with a design using micro 3-way, 4-way conduit and an apex closure with a custom-made plate in it to take this town, build it all with one duct system, blow that fiber in, and then get all those drops put in about 2.5 months which would normally be about 6 months in a normal build cycle. So we cut our build time in half, and our splicing time was about 3/4 of it. So we took that splicing time, which would have been 3 to 4 months, and did it in about 4.5 weeks. So our speed to market on that town was huge, using the AFL, the Apex, and working with Rich and Jeff and everybody getting those products in the field. So the Switchblades have been big for us just in the size and containers. So obviously you can see in our yard here, we have a lot of material and stuff going every direction. Having the Switchblades, being able to put them 10 on a pallet has been big for us, because the trucking costs and the material, or the labor costs of getting these vaults out into the field is a lot better with the Switchblade, because you're not talking 1 pickup per vault. So you can put 10 in the back of a pickup, run them out, the contractors can install them, and the storage is a lot easier with them as well. So in our fiber to the home network, our endpoint when you get to the house or customer location has been, we try not to use fully pre-connectorized drops. We want to be able, that tech, to have a little bit of freedom to cut that piece off and make, so we're not storing 60 to 80 feet at a house or a business or somewhere we get to. So the FASTConnect has been huge on that side of it. Techs are able to cut that fiber to length that they need, put a FASTConnect on, which literally takes a minute or 2 at most, and get that customer connected as quick as they can. Along with in some of our other builds like Mills and Frazee as well, like that we talked about, we use a ton of FASTConnects, and that's 100% connectorized network where we just bought bulk flat drop and put FASTConnects on, so anybody could go out and help get that going, which is what made getting those customers online a lot sooner in that like 1.5-month window versus the 5 to 6 month that we were thinking. So the FASTConnects have been huge on that part. We have a lot of our network that was built with 24 and 48 count fiber. So being able to take that microduct, override an existing path in an afternoon, we had one spot in Fargo where we went in 2 hours. We took about 3/4 of a mile, put a 288 fiber in the same conduit that had a 24 count. So no construction, really no cost. We did that in-house with Midco employees, and we were able to get a 288 down the same path without any work. So microduct has been huge. We've used it in a lot of other markets where you save that, which could be upwards of $16 a foot to get that placed. Basically, you're just going out in the afternoon with a jetting machine, jet the microduct in, jet the fiber on top of it, and you're splicing in a couple hours versus days of underground construction. In our network, we have underground, aerial, in-peds. Our enclosures live in a lot of different locations, and so far we've had 0 issues with Apex. They work great in aerial applications. Underground, we have vaults that sit in water and then in the winter become giant blocks of ice. We've had no issues as long as they're sealed, tightened up, and closed right. We've had no issues with water getting into them, making the giant block of ice that I know a lot of splicers know, where you'll open it up and you'll have broken fibers. So we have not had any blocks of ice with our Apexes, and they work great in the underground plant that we're using them in.